If you are new to the channel, then subscribe the channel and press the bell icon for further notification. Okay student, I welcome you to this new lecture in GATE electrical circuits. So today again we will be solving 5 numericals starting from question number 86. 86 I have written below. So 86, 87, then 88, 89 and 90. Okay, then let's try to solve these questions. In question number 87, so what they are asking to find the time constant of the network shown in the figure this. So these are the switching circuits, first order switching circuits. So for first order switching circuit, you need to find the time constant. So for time constant of RC circuit, it is RC. For LR circuit, it is L by R. So how to get this R, this resistance? So for that you just remove the capacitance. You just remove the capacitor and look through it, and how much resistance you see it, like your Thevenin's voltage, that's it, Thevenin's resistance. So you remove this one and how much resistance you see, killing all the sources. So voltage source will be killed by a short circuit. So you will see 2R and R are connected in parallel. So from this C, if I look, so I will get two things in parallel, that is R in parallel with 2R, which will be R into 2R divided by 3R, which will be equal to 2 by 3R. So now you have this one. This is your R equivalent, that is seeing through this one. So your time constant tau will be equal to RC, and that RC will be equal to 2 by 3R then C, which is your option. This one is a series circuit. This one is a series RC circuit. Then again it is a switching circuit. When the DC source is switched on, the rate of increase of voltage across C. Now you can do it using differential equation, but I will also show you another way. For this first order circuit, you always remember this, whatever they ask you to calculate, either voltage or current, the final expression of that, suppose this variable is X, I am not writing V and I, whatever it is. So you remember this formula. This is very important one, it will be helpful. So X infinity, that is the final value of X. You think if the switch is on for infinite time, what will be the value of that variable, plus variable at that instant that is switch on, initial value, minus, you can think it, if you are add it, then you are subtracting it, something of this fashion, into e to the power minus t by tau. So this is the formula you can remember, and it will be very useful for first order circuit. You have to first order, it should be, and for any value, voltage, current, whatever. So whatever the expression they want to find, you find initial condition and final condition and find tau, that's it. You will get directly can write the answer, no need to write differential equation, all this. This is the final value, this is initial, this is final. So you can remember it also this way. We used to remember in this way, X infinity minus X infinity will get cancelled. So initial into this one. So you can think it this way, but and we can do it also differentiation also with the differential equation also. So it is given the initially, you see this one, and the DC source, the rate of increase of voltage after the switch was is 1 is the rate of increase across the voltage. That means they are asking you dV dt, dVc dt, dVc dt they are asking at 0 plus. Okay, so you know Vc 0 plus, that is nothing is mentioned about this C across C start increasing when DC source in. So we will assume that it is 0 charged, it is the initially 0. So Vc 0 plus is 0, it is just charging, it is no charge was there, it is just charging. So it is Vc 0 plus is 0. So if you write the corresponding equations for this one, so it is simple KVL. You take V is equal to, if I take it is minus V. Now by this, now you can already do this voltage equal to this plus this. So I am not writing again KVL using plus minus, because you have done lots of things all this. So this voltage equal to this plus this, Vc plus this. So I into this current. What is this current? This current you use this one. What is the current? IC. So IC is equal to C dV dt, we know. So we can use this one. So C dVc by dt. So with this we have included this term because we need to find also. This becomes my I, because it is in series, same current will flow. So now what is at 0 plus, what will be the condition? At 0 plus, this differential equation at t equal to 0 plus, that is just switch on. So 1 equal to Vc 0 plus. And what is the value of R? R is R C dVc by dt at 0 plus. This means 0 plus, this 0 doesn't mean dVc by dt also. The initial condition is 0, but how it will rise? It will rise from 0 to some value. How it will rise? That is dVc by dt. And it is what is the value at that 0 instant and how it is rising. So these are difference at there. So this is 0. From here you can easily get this value is equal to what they have asked you to find, is equal to 1 by RC. So this is one way to do it using differential equation, but you can use it that standard method that I told you, because they ask you to find the voltage across this. So this is the expression. So Vt, you write what will be the infinity, what will be infinity voltage. If you switched it on for a infinite time, then what will happen? This voltage will get all the voltage, this Vc will come, all the voltage 1 volt will come when it is equal to all the voltage. So you can see this voltage is suppose the final voltage is V for me. What is the final voltage? Because I need to find differentiation only, that's why the values are not given here. So it will be V plus, what is the initial condition? 0, then final value is V e to the power minus t by RC. So this is the condition for me. Now if you can differentiate it, you will find the answer once you differentiate it. So final value, if you see, because it is 1 volt, so infinite time, it is infinite time, so this volt will also be, this capacitor will also charge up to 1 volt. So you can now put it as 1. So if you take 1 common, it is 1 minus e to the power minus t by RC. Now if you differentiate it, dV by dt, or this is Vc actually, dVc by dt, what it will be? It will be minus e to the power minus t by RC, and then minus 1 by RC will also come. So minus minus will get cancelled. At 0 plus you will put t equal to 0. So if you put t equal to 0, it will be e to the power 0 is 1, so it is 1 by RC. So you got the answer. So this is the condition. If you keep it on for infinite time, it will be charged up to 1 volt, because you are keeping it on infinite time until it is full charge, until full voltage comes across. This condition you remember, this is very important for while applying. Now by seeing this star, you don't get confused that these two are very important question. No, not like that. It's that I missed 86 there. I'm writing 86 here only. So that's it. So in question number 86 is, the following circuit IT under steady state condition is, okay, they are asking for steady state. Steady state means they are asking for infinite time. It is on for infinite time. Then what will be your IT? Now if you give a DC source, forget about AC, there are two sources. We can use superposition. You give one by one. Suppose I am forgetting this, I am giving only DC source, and you are giving it infinite times. So infinite times, if you give what capacitor initially shorts, initially it look like a, if you give sudden supply, it will look like a short, and gradually it opens, because as the charge build up, the voltage across its build up, it doesn't allow further current to flow, further charge to flow, because it has already stored it amount. So initially it will be short, then it will be gradually open. It will short, then open. And inductor is initially open, then just reverse of capacitor. So if you keep it on for infinite time, this capacitor will open it, so no current will flow. So in under steady state, due to 5 volt, the current is 0. So I am applying steady state condition superposition. So for 5 volt, IT at steady state is equal to 0. So now I have to think of this only. So this is a sinusoidal, because it is alternating. So if I write the phasor here, so it will be, what will be the phasor? 10 by root 2, not 10. I am once again mentioning not 10. It is 10 by root 2, because phasor is always RMS value. So it is 10 by root 2 angle 0 divided by sinusoidal expression. You can do it in frequency domain. So you convert it, R is 1, V by Z, I is equal to, Z is R plus JX. Here it will be, because omega is your 1, sin omega t, omega is 1. So XL will be equal to 2J, XC will be equal to 1 by J. So if you add, that is minus J. So if you add this is J, 2J minus J, it will be J. So if you do it, you will find the answer as something of this fashion. 10 by root 2, this will also give you 1 by root 2 minus 45. You will get something of this fashion. So this one, if you write it here, so if you write it in phasor, in sinusoidal, then it will be multiplied by root 2. So peak value will be 10 by root 2 sine t minus 45. Because if I want to write it, then I have to write it in peak value, not in RMS. This is RMS. Phasor should be written in RMS, and it should be written in peak value. So 10 by root 2, it is 7.07 sine. This is option D. The VI characteristics as seen by the terminals AB of the characteristics is this one. If an inductance value of 6 millihenry is connected across the terminal, the time constant. So what I told you, for time constant it is L by R, and for if you are connecting inductor between these two, you are connecting here inductor. So you will open this inductor, you will look through it, and what is the resistance you are seeing. So how you will get the resistance? You know V by I, VI relation. So resistance is nothing but V by R, V by I. So what is V by I? So you can easily find it out. What is the slope here? Slope is here I by V. So just reverse of that one you do. So it will be, so it's just reverse of slope. What is the slope? It is 4 by, height is 4 and base is 8, 4 by 8. So it is 2. So your R is 2. So once you got R is equal to 2, then you can easily find it out. What is tau? Tau is equal to 6 millihenry. 6 into 10 to the power minus 3 divided by 2. I think it is 4 milliampere. You just correct it. It is 4 milliampere. 4 milliampere. Do this correction in the question itself. So it is 4 milliampere means 4 into 10 to the power minus 3. So it will be 2 into 10 to the power 3. So it will be 2000. So if you divide it by 2000, then it will be 3 microsecond. Then question number 90. An ideal source will charge an ideal capacitor, ideal voltage source. What is the condition? Ideal voltage source. If I draw a voltage source, what is the internal resistance of an ideal voltage source? A capacitor is connected. So this is 0. So what is the time constant of RC circuit? It is RC. So what is the R it is looking through it? If I look through this capacitor, because it is ideal, so internal resistance is 0, so it will be a simple short circuit, it will get 0. So time constant is 0. Time constant means at what time it will charge the capacitor. Because it is 0, so it will charge it instantaneously. That is your option C. You can see here. If you like the video, then press the like button and please give your valuable comments in the comment section.